Hello, everyone. My name is Charmaine LeBlanc, and I am a student success coordinator at the Premed Consultants. And today I'm here with Julia to have her share a little bit more about her experience on being newly accepted into medical school. So I'll turn it over to you. Julia, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Julia Gutierrez. I'm from Orange County, New York. It's about an hour north of Manhattan. I went to undergraduate school at New York University, studying biology major on the pre-med track. As Charmaine mentioned, recently got accepted into medical school, New Jersey Medical School. I applied early decision, so I will be attending next summer of 2023. Very exciting and excited to see what this next journey in my life brings me.
Yes, and we're excited for you. We're just happy to be here along your road. We, as in the pre-med consultant or TPC. So, actually, if you could share with us a little bit more about what led you to medicine and how TPC kind of found you along that way and helped you out.
Yeah. What led me to medicine originally was when I was 15 years old. I was diagnosed with osteosarcoma in my right shoulder and both my lungs. Don't really know if I really would have gone down the medicine route before that. I was always interested, but things could have changed. But I knew for sure once I was diagnosed and I was surrounded constantly by my oncologists and my nurses. And I knew that I wanted to one day be part of that team. So I knew from there that I myself wanted to become a pediatric oncologist. Since then, I worked tirelessly trying to achieve that goal. I did research, shadowed, and volunteered all in the same institution that treated me. And what led me to TPC is when I started studying for the MCAT. I took 2 years between undergraduate and medical school solely to first study for the MCAT and gain more clinical research experience. But when I first studied for the MCAT, I studied from May with a test date of September. And when August rolled around, I wasn't too confident in my score and knew I could perform a lot better. And I knew my studying habits needed to be changed and didn't really know what to do and was kind of lost. So I wound up postponing my test date to that next January. So I had a couple more months to study. And I really searched around for programs. And I think I found TPC through an ad on Instagram, looked into it. I met with Adam and I figured that this group can really be a good fit for me to learn how I study best and not just read textbooks and try to memorize things because that got me nowhere. And then when I did join TPC, I learned better studying habits, what to do, what not to do, pace myself. I overall scored much better on the MCAT than I did when I was just reading textbooks.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, especially, your vulnerability and sharing your health, but essentially that got you to where you are today and appreciate you sharing your experience with MCAT. I completely resonate with that. I took the MCAT twice and TPC definitely helped me along that MCAT journey. Maybe aside from the MCAT, what other tools that TPC has or resources have you utilized?
Outside of the MCAT, I think TPC really, really helped me with the application process. I had so many questions every day, and I would just ask one of the coaches, and they were nothing but extremely helpful. Like reviewing my personal statement, when typing up my experiences section, writing my secondary application, like preparing for interviews. That was extremely, extremely helpful. I have some friends in medical school, and I would ask them these questions, and they had no idea. But I knew I could always turn to just TPC for any guidance throughout the very stressful application process.
100%. That is awesome. One thing that I loved is, as coaches, we went through the process. Like I'm currently a second year student and, everybody else, they are either in medical school or recently graduated or current residents. So it's awesome to have people who have gone through it help you along the way. So I'm glad we were able to help you with that process because it
Yeah.
can be a lot too.
Mhm.
What advice would you give to a pre-med student who is still on their journey, or maybe they're thinking they can't do it anymore? What would you share?
I would say say to push through. Find what really inspires you and keep that goal in your mind. And anytime you feel down or you can't anymore, just think of the end goal. Nothing in life is easy. So with that in mind, just hopefully that can give you like a little spark like of light just to keep going and keep pushing. I would say advice for like when studying for the MCAT is to not cram your studying. I would say less is more when studying. Just studying 8 hours a day, every day, really, you burn out. I did it myself. Even when I extended my test date come like November, I found myself just not really retaining much anymore. And I said to myself, if I could take the MCAT tomorrow, I would, because I feel prepared. I kind of like plateaued at my score and now I have like 2 more months. Like, what am I going to do? So then when that time came around, I had to then change my studying strategy again, and TPC helped me with that. But I would say just to plan your time well and don't do too much where you're just burned out in the end.
Absolutely. Yeah. So easy to get burnt out. So there's
Yeah.
too many opportunities to do that. We got to start early and kind of pivot away from those burnout tendencies, I guess we can call them. Why should a student join TPC?
I think a student should join TPC for the community. I like to say it's very much like a family with the app that we have on Slack. Everyone's just constantly communicating with one another, asking questions. It's kind of like a safe place to just ask whatever questions, whether you think it's dumb or not. It's really not, because some question that one person asks, I'm sure 10 others have the same one. They just are scared to ask, or it's just like lingering in the back of their mind. So I really like the close-knit community of TPC.
Agreed. And I'm so glad that you shared that. One thing I want to reiterate as well is the coaches and everyone, we are here for you, but not only us, your other colleagues who are currently going through the process. So that is definitely a unique aspect that I appreciate as a coach. I am so glad that you have decided to come share your story with us today. And, before we leave, one more time, let's tell them where you're going to be starting medical school next year.
New Jersey Medical School.
Awesome. On
Rutgers, New Jersey Medical School, officially then.
Perfect. Even better. All right. Well, we are excited to see you do amazing things. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.